Today we're going purple in honor of Women's History Month. So all purple, monochromatic vibes, and it's to honor the women who have fought tirelessly and endlessly for women's rights, freedom, and just a place in this nation. So grab all your purple products and let's get started. To begin our look, we're going to prime our face. I'll be using the Morphe Total Softy Gel Moisturizer. This is going to be the most important step because we want to have a tacky moisturized base. So in our second step, we're going to be using another primer. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Blur Jam. This is to cover the T-zone that's very oily for me and very porous. For the next step, I'm going to be moving on to eyes, priming the eyes using the Anastasia eye primer. It's absolutely amazing if you want a blanked out canvas that's smooth to provide for our purple to be vibrant. After priming your lid, we're going to move on to shadows. So we're going to use ColourPop Just a Glitch palette in the color T9. It is the perfect lavender color to make this eye look pop. Next for eyes, we're going to be using my favorite glitter by Peaches Pigment called Fantasy, and it is a living fantasy. It is the most gorgeous iridescent purple, and we're going to pop that on the inner corner and on the lid and on the brow. Next for eyes, we're using the Moira Double Edge Gel Liner in the color Black. It is very opaque, very black, and it provides the perfect cat eye. So that's where we apply right now on the inner corner and then the outer corner. So we're not finished with eyes quite yet, but we're gonna move on to the base right now. So I'm gonna be using the Fenty Pro Filter Foundation in the shade 185. So we're gonna apply that all over the face. When you're done buffing out all your foundation, we'll move on to contour, which is actually one of my favorite parts to get the face sculpted. So we're gonna be using the color Soft Tan from the brand Glam. So I'm gonna be contouring on the forehead, the hollows of my cheek, my nose, and my jaw to get everything snatched for this look. After completely blending out our contour with a sponge, we're going to move on to concealer. I'm using the Anastasia Magic Touch Concealer in the shade 2. This will kind of highlight our areas now and carve out where the harsh lines are with the contour. So next, we're going to buff out our concealer. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but once you buff it out with a foundation brush or a sponge, it'll melt into the skin. So I'm going to be using the Pinnacle foundation brush to blend out all these edges to seamlessly melt into the makeup. Next, we're gonna move on to powder contour. So we could bring the color back and chisel everything and just pop it out. So I'm gonna be using the color Bronze Noi from the brand called Viseart. After powder contour, we're onto blush. It brings the canvas of the face back to life with color. I'm gonna be using Kokie Cosmetics Bellissima brush. It's a soft baby pink. I'm gonna apply it to the apples of my cheek, the tip of my nose, and I'm gonna bring it up to the under eyes just so it blends the whole look together and makes it very cohesive. All right, so now it's time to brighten these under eyes even more. So I'm gonna use the brand Moira Cosmetics. It's the Set and Correct Loose Powder in the color pink. Next, to finish up these eyes and really make them pop, I'm gonna be using the Moira Cosmetics Setting Powder that's waterproof in the color 200. I'm gonna be using a powder puff and dabbing it along the contour of my nose, and then I'm gonna apply it underneath the eyes to really make it pop and snatch. So after snatching these under eyes and our nose, we're gonna move on to setting the rest of the face. I'm gonna be using the Moira Cosmetics Setting Powder in the color 300. This right now is my Holy Grail Setting Foundation Powder. It is full coverage and just chisels everything. Next, I'll be going back to the eyes because we cannot forget those lashes. I'm gonna be using the brand Kiss Lashes. I fancy lashes in the most beautiful, elegant lash. They're absolutely gorgeous. That completes any look and takes it from 0 to 100 real quick. Next, we're gonna be moving on to the under eyes for color. So we're gonna take the same palette, the ColourPop Just a Glitch palette in the color T9. We're gonna put it under the under eyes. We're actually gonna bring it all the way down here till it blends in with our blush because you can't call it a monochromatic look if it's not all purple. Next, to add more depth into this purple, I'm gonna be using the color Zeitgeist from the Fade into Hue palette by ColourPop Cosmetics. It is a very deep, majestic purple. It is absolutely stunning to bring any look to life. Now, it would not be a monochromatic look if we didn't do purple lip liner. So I'm using the ColourPop Cosmetics Graphic Inks Liner in the color Drama Free. I'm not gonna fully line the lip, just to make it funky and fun. I'm gonna just go on the outside of the upper lip and underneath in this beautiful lilac color. Next for lips, I'm gonna be using the Haus Labs Monster Crown Influencer. It is a beautiful nude baby pink that's gonna really make this purple pop. So I'm gonna apply this on the inside of my lips. Do not touch the graphic liner. So the last step for lips is I'm doing a clear gloss. It's just gonna make everything pop. So I'm using ColourPop Cosmetics So Juicy Gloss in Princess Cut. This is my go-to gloss, so I'm gonna apply that all over the lip. Next, we're on to highlight, which is my favorite part of any makeup look, and it's the color Fantasy by Peaches Pigment. So I'm gonna apply it on the cheek area, on my cupid's bow, and the bridge of my nose, and everything will just pop. The final step, gems. It just completes the look. So I'm gonna spot it throughout the eyelid and bring some below just so it gives this pop in this overall euphoric moment. Drum roll please. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys had so much fun doing this look with me for Women's History Month. Thank you for watching. Bye.